Hi, my name is Spencer King. I'm here alongside recently announced Sewanee Women's head basketball coach, Tracey Braden. Coach Braden, congratulations on the job. You spent 10 years at Westminster College. What was attractive about Sewanee and made you want to make the switch?
Well, I think the reputation academically of the school, first of all, was really attractive to me. I have a good friend that actually coaches in this league and has for many years. He constantly has shared with me about Sewanee, the reputation of Sewanee, both academically and athletically, and I think that the draw of those two things together, the complete package, new challenge. I've been at Westminster for 10 years. This is a new challenge, and I was just super excited about it.
You said in your introductory press conference that the team had a lot of potential going forward. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, of course, I investigated as much as I could about Sewanee and the women's basketball program before I even came and interviewed. Everyone I talked to actually talked about the dynamic guard play, and they could not say enough good things. And I'm talking about coaches inside the league, but also outside the league. Another thing that was a common reoccurrence of coaches talking to me was the toughness that this team exhibited, and how when they would look at the schedule and see that Sewanee was getting ready to come up to play, they were like, ooh, we've got to really have our A game going on, just because of the approach that Sewanee brought to each and every game, that toughness, that grit factor.
You coach teams into the NCAA tournament. How important is that for a program? Is that something you think Sewanee can consistently reach?
Absolutely. I would not have entertained or accepted this position if I didn't think that that was something that Sewanee could go after and obtain. Yes, I absolutely do, and I think that we should strive for that. I think that the thing with winning championships, getting to the NCAA tournament, wonderful thing, but I want to be careful that that's not the total focus. Focus on the process. Focus on each game individually. Focus on getting better, breaking down the game, breaking down aspects of the game and getting better. That process will lead you eventually to those things that you want to accomplish. I just believe if you do things the right way with the right people, good things will happen.
And you've also focused on the academics. You've coached numerous teams and players who have received academic awards. What's your philosophy between the balance of athletics and academics?
Well, I think that there's a reason that student comes before athlete. You're a student first, you're an athlete second. I think Division III emphasizes and pushes that and actually gives us the framework to allow student athletes to be successful in both arenas. So why wouldn't we as coaches embrace that and put our young men and women in a position to be successful? I think that we did that at Westminster, and my goal, my plan, my objective is to do the same thing here at Sewanee.
What style of basketball do you want to play?
Well, I think you have to, that may change from year to year depending on your recruits that you bring in. So I think you got to be careful to just iron down a certain style of play. But I'm going to be honest with you, I want to run a program with the type of style that I would want to play, and that I think people want to watch, and I think that other people would want to play. And that's, of course, if you have the horses, I want to run, I want to press, but again, I think that depends on the recruits that you bring in, and you have to be careful of just boxing yourself in with one specific style of play.
Walk us through the requirements of your players' all-season training, weight training, practices.
Well, I think because we're Division III, that has to be student-athlete led. That cannot be driven by coaches. And I think it all starts with a couple of things. I think it starts with leadership within your program, and I think it starts with their commitment, competitive commitment, that they bring to the table. I think the better leadership you have, and I think the more competitive they are, the more disciplined then they're going to be in off-season workouts, because you as a coach can't drive that. But of course, I feel like people that work outside of the regular season, they're going to have an advantage. I think they're going to have an advantage mentally and physically. So yes, we want to be preparing ourselves in the preseason. We want to continue to focus on improving in the postseason and over the summer months.
And the last question, a big part of your program is who you bring in. So what do you look for in potential recruits?
Look for high character. I want high character kids, high academic kids, and kids that want to win, kids that want to be successful, kids that aren't afraid of being pushed and challenged. So those three things I would say are the most important things.
All right, there we have it. Thank you so much. My name is Spencer King. This is Coach Braden.